Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and this is another episode of Ridiculous Loadout. As you may already know, this is a series I started way back when in the Battlefield 3 days, basically whoring myself out for cheap views, running a suggested loadout from one of you in the comments section. So, this time, a Johan Eriksson, and I'm sorry if I butchered your name, suggested the Stealth Swede class. Now, this obviously consisting of the Assaulter with the AK-5C, a FLIR scope, canted iron sights, bipod, and a suppressor. Use any secondary, pistol, he said, and the scout knife, the M18 smoke grenades, the flashy bang launcher. Johan also suggested me running this setup on the Clusterfuck map, on Operation Clusterfuck, and popping smoke grenades and using it to my advantage since, in Battlefield 4, the FLIR scope can see right through the smoke, giving you a ridiculous edge over the enemy. But I went ahead and did it a different way. I figured since I have the FLIR scope, I want to use it to its full potential and go play something new. So, something I haven't tried before. So I joined a CTE round with the new Siege of Shanghai map at night. Actually, this map was changed quite a bit, so really it's not called the Siege of Shanghai anymore, but rather Shanghai Infiltration instead. And they've changed a few other things to suit this game mode better as well. Outside the obvious night mode and multiple light sources, some of which you can shoot out and destroy. There's even a kill switch for the lights on the entire map at A flag. Well, besides all this, DICE also made the Conquest switch to Conquest Assault, which some people may remember from previous Battlefield games. I really enjoyed Conquest Assault, actually, when it was a lot of fun on Sharkey Peninsula. Some people may remember that from Battlefield 3. Well, if you didn't know what it was, basically it's just regular Conquest, except one team, in this case the Chinese, start the round with all flags captured, and the US team has to take them to, stay alive. And that's not all DICE has done to this map, though. They're also running this infiltration map on classic mode, I believe, which the settings are sort of, Battlefield 2 hardcore. And, I mean, you don't regenerate health, I think. You don't pull your ammo, so once you reload, the entire mag goes away. And there's no 3D spotting, so, because at night it would be just a clusterfuck of red Doritos sticking out of everywhere. So, basically, it kind of teaches you to think tactically. I mean, I love classic mode. I think it's a ton of fun, and I wish there would be a lot more servers running the classic mode on them, so I could, play this a lot more. But as you can see, it is supremely dark in places, and ironically, turning up the game brightness really puts the other players at a disadvantage, but it's still great fun at night. I mean, the tracers, the tanks exploding, all this under super colorful and epic looking sky and, reflections and things like that. And you never know when you're going to be shot at and where from, and so you got to keep your wits about you and, your head on a swivel constantly. Obviously, the FLIR scope or the IRNV is a must on this map, as Battlefield 4 is really unprepared, I think, for the pitch black warfare. Not like we have the NVGs or anything like that. No, of course, you gotta scope in to see people, so, or just keep straining at your screen trying to pick out shadows. There are some badasses, though, already, as for example today I was actually killed with a crossbow on a night map, because why not? It's all jolly good fun though, and the smoke grenade gives you a big tactical advantage because the FLIR scope can see right through the smoke, and unless the other guy also has the FLIR scope, and ironically some people don't on this map, you can really pop out and surprise them. It's a good way to make a getaway from under fire, and because I did get my ass handed to me more times than I care to admit. But it's still a good way to sneak up on people and not let them know where you're at. But back to the matter at hand, I suppose, and the AK-5C. Now, I ran a couple of loadouts with it before, and you already know, I'm sure, that this is the Swedish carbine. It's a version of the FNFNC. The C version is built by Bofors, I believe, and is quite a bit different from its predecessors, so much so that it could be in fact called a new gun. But in Battlefield 4, because it's still a game, reality doesn't really matter much. So in Battlefield 4, we see that this gun for the first time in the game, and as far as the carbines go, it is without a doubt the best carbine as far as the stats go. Its standard damage is 24 maximum at 8 meters, which drops off to 15.4 at 50 meters, and its magazine is a standard 30 rounds, but having said that, it's about all it has in common with other carbines. Its recoils up and to the sides are quite manageable, and in fact it will pull equally to the left and to the right, which makes it quite stable. And its first shot multiplier is 1.65, which is the best among carbines. So it's pretty good at tap firing right off the bat. Even better if you put like an angle grip on there to contain the first shot multiplier somewhat. The area where it dominates is the bullet velocity of an absolutely dominating 630 meters a second standard barrel. Now, this puts it well above other carbines as long as you don't take away this advantage by using a suppressor, which unfortunately I am at the moment, although it's all of a piece really. On this map, equipping the suppressor might actually be a good thing, as you want to stay off the minimap and remain quite stealthy, as is the loadout. But outside the bullet velocity, the AK-5C also doesn't seem to suffer in the rate of fire department, putting down a very respectable 700 rounds per minute rate of fire. It also seems to win at the reload speed department, putting down a reload speed for the short reload of 1.85 seconds, which frankly rivals that of the M416 and is the second fastest reload in the game, I believe, after the M16A4, which beats it only by 5/100ths of a second. The long reload is also not bad, clocking in at 2.35 seconds, so all in all, DICE is playing favorites with a Swedish gun. It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to really figure that one out. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Ridiculous Loadout, and now because I don't feel like suffering alone, Johan must also run this loadout and upload it to YouTube, and I'll accept the link down below in the comments section. So thanks for watching, please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow, check out my other videos at the end of this one, and remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.